Look how perfectly that matches, yo. Look at the pearl in the paint with the stuff that's painted, that I painted up. Matching with the motor. That matches perfectly. What's good, grind schoolers? It's your boy Rob. We back in the shop today. So today what we got going down is we are going to try to sandblast, primer, and paint some of the loose parts, the gas tank, the core support, and the inner fender liners. I'm gonna try to get all that stuff painted. Oh, and also the brake booster. I'm gonna try to get all that stuff sandblasted, painted, cleaned up, so that we can, I might not get it painted today, but I'm definitely gonna try to get it all cleaned up and prepped and ready, so that we can lay the paint before it starts to get cold. My idea behind doing all this is, since I have to wait on some of the things that have to happen for the T-top portion of the car, you guys will see that video when it comes out, but I'm gonna go ahead and get some other stuff done instead of sitting on my hands. It's something that's gonna have to be done anyway, and instead of like waiting until I can finish the process that I had started on the T-top, then, you know what I'm saying, I'll just knock it out, and then down the line, it'll save me more and more time when we get further into this project. So anyways, man, I'm not gonna stall y'all out too long. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I've been actually working for a little bit, and I'll show you guys what I've been doing, but I've been trying to drain the gas tank for like an hour now. I got this little tiny siphon cup, and I don't really have anything else to siphon the gas out. So I've been just sitting there siphoning it, dumping it, siphon it, dump it, siphon it, dump it, and now we're to the point where, you know what I'm saying, there's only a little bit of gas in there. So I think I'm gonna just, you know what I'm saying, flip it over and wash it down, and, you know, do it like that. There shouldn't be too much in there, but yeah, I'll show you guys what we got going down. Before we do that, go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. All right, y'all, so what we got going down is we got the gas tank ready to go. Definitely gonna need a new sending unit. I mean, this thing obviously is probably the stock one. But anyways, we don't have too much gas in there. You kind of can see, you know what I'm saying, the bottom right there, but the tube won't pretty much pick up too much more. So we're gonna go ahead and probably flip it on over and then get the sandblasting. We got the core support out here ready to get sandblasted, and then I spray some oven cleaner on the inner fender liners, and we're going to go ahead and pressure wash it. I'm not gonna sandblast this, but I'll pressure wash and then do this one. And then, yeah, man, like I said, we'll flip this over on here, and then we'll get started. And then I'll use this table to clean up the brake booster so we can get that painted as well. All right, y'all, we got everything all washed up. The sandblasting didn't even really work, you know what I'm saying? So I just ended up blasting it with just pure water, man. And it cleaned up pretty nice. I'm happy with it, how far it cleaned up, you know what I'm saying? Got as much dirt and grime and whatever off of there as possible. I might go through with a little bit of Scotch-Brite. I'm not concerned about going too crazy. It's just the gas tank. If it start peeling, looking all funny and weird, we'll just go ahead and get a new gas tank, I guess. You know what I mean? I'm not like I said, I'm not too crazy concerned about what that looks like. This here, we're gonna go ahead and put some fiberglass mat over this, so that we can get it so that we can get it straight. So this crack ain't here no more. And then other than that, we'll probably have to use some Scotch-Brite, clean this up. I washed it, but we can go over it with some Scotch-Brite, and then we'll go over inside of here with some Scotch-Brite. I think I'm gonna use some rust converter and some rust encapsulator here too. We'll see. And then I'll go over the loose areas with some Scotch-Brite as well, just to get any jagged metal off of here. I mean, jagged paint like that off of there. So let me go ahead and Scotch-Brite the areas I need to Scotch-Brite. And then I think we are ready to prime. Oh, we got to get the brake booster. Let me bring that out here too, so I don't forget it. And then we'll be ready to prime. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and call it quits today. I got it as clean as possible. I hit it off with some Scotch Brite. I still gotta, hit this off some more, get all this peeling paint and stuff off. But I need to get some prep spray or some prep so that I can finish everything up, clean it all up. You know what I'm saying? Like all the dirt, the grime, and make it look as nice and presentable as possible. I was gonna try to smooth this out, but it's not as bad as I thought it was. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more pitted and stuff like that. But I think once I just get all of this old paint off and I could feather edge and smooth everything out, I can go ahead and lay the primer and the paint down and look nice and pretty. The reason why I didn't go ahead and hurry up and do it is because I'm trying to take my time. I also got to kind of clean up in here a little bit more. And to tell you the truth, I'm kind of tired of being out here. I've been out here like all day almost. So just trying to clean this gas tank, trying to drain it, clean it, and do everything. Man, it's almost worth it just to buy a brand new one. But whatever, man. It is what it is. So like I said, we'll pop back out here probably tomorrow and clean all the rest of this up. Hit it with the prep spray, and then we'll be ready to spray the primer. And then I'm gonna probably go through about an hour before I spray, and I'm gonna hit this off with the rust encapsulator. I won't do the rust converter. Actually, you know what? I am gonna do the rust converter. I'll spray the rust converter right now, and then it'll set up overnight so it can get all this rust out of here. And then we'll hit it with the rust encapsulator and then the primer, and then we'll go ahead and start spraying this thing. So yeah, man, we getting there. But I got one more warm day till it start kind of getting cold. So let me go ahead and hit it with this this rust spray, and then we'll let it set up overnight, and then we'll go ahead and spray everything. All right, y'all, we finished up with the primer, and y'all tell me what's wrong. So the mix ratio on the cups, absolutely terrible, man. I forgot I didn't get cups, and so I got these from Home Depot. And the last set that I was gonna get of these, the whole entire middle part, the mix ratio was all off. Like it was like clear plastic right here. So if y'all look at the 4-1, let's just do 4-1. 4 parts to 1 parts, right? So I gotta mix up four parts of primer to 1 part activator or hardener or whatever. Y'all see what's wrong with this picture? It doesn't have a 4, and then there's no 1. So 4 to 1, you know what I'm saying? Usually it'll look like this, where you have the 4, and then you gotta mix, you know what I'm saying, to the 1 part. So 4 parts, 1 part. But all of these are all off. These mixing ratios are not right. It's not accurate. You know what I'm saying? So the 1 to 1 is cool. 2 to 1 I think is okay. But the 4 to 1 and 4 to 1 mix ratios is all off. It's not supposed to look like that. So I was trying to improvise, and I had to end up making like my own markings on the paint cup. You see, for me mixing it the way. So pretty much what I did was I found whatever 4 parts would be. So technically like 2. So 2 to 1. So if you were doing 4 to 1, it would be like, or if I was gonna do 2 to 1, I would have to do half of the number 1. So I marked it at half of 1 because I was only gonna mix up 2. And so pretty much I had to go to the top right there where I marked it there. So that would be my number that I would mix it, whatever. I had to do some math is what I'm trying to say. But I ended up mixing too much hardener in the primer, and it came out really, really thin, and it ran all over the brake booster. It ran all over the the core support, and it looks terrible. It looks terrible. And part of it was I was rushing as well because I had somewhere to go. But now that we're back, man, we're gonna take some sandpaper. We're gonna get all these runs out, We're gonna have to spray it again, and then we'll go ahead and lay down the paint. Now I'm not like tripping too much on having to like get some of these runs out, because I have to flip the gas tank over and primer that part anyway before I could spray everything in the first place. So we're gonna go ahead and flip the gas tank over. I'll get some of these runs out. I mean, I'm not really too pressed on the top of the gas tank, because realistically, nobody will ever see it looking like that, will ever even know that it looks like that or anything like that. So it doesn't matter except me. But for the brake booster, you're definitely gonna see that. And the top of the core support, you're definitely gonna see that. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix up, or I'm gonna go ahead and sand some of these runs down, and then we'll mix up some primer and we'll get to spraying. And I don't have to spray the rest of the core support. It's good for what, you know what I'm saying, like what I need it for, I guess. If I'm really feeling a little froggy, I might spray a little bit, just to get more adequate coverage. But the bottom part is not gonna get sprayed today. I'm just spraying the top part. So let me get to sanding some of these runs out, and then after that, we'll go ahead and spray more primer. All right, y'all, now that the gas tank and everything is prepped for what it's gonna be right now, we still gotta primer it and then, you know, paint it or whatever, we gotta sand it down. I wanna get this stuff taken care of on the inner fenders. Now I got my fiberglass mat laid down. You can see there's a crack here that I wanna take care of. There's a couple missing pieces right there that I wanna take care of. This little piece, it goes into the side there to screw, like it's a screw hole for tightening the fender down underneath the back part of the wheel well, you know what I'm saying? So since this is the one on the passenger side, it'll be on that back side. And so I actually saved this piece when it came off of the car so that I could re-fiberglass it back in, because it had broken off. You can see it's kind of all messed up and stuff like that. We already cleaned them, as you guys saw, and we still got to clean them some more, but I cleaned them good enough to the point where I could start laying some fiberglass mat down. We'll go ahead and clean it again, do the body work, clean it up, get it primered, and get it painted. So I'm taking an intermission to do this now, because I do have some time in between when I gotta paint. So I wanna take care of this stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and mix up some resin. I'm gonna dab it down first. I'll lay the fiberglass mat on top of that, whatever I dab down. And then, you know what I'm saying, we'll go ahead and lay the resin. We'll sit here and let it dry. So I wanna take care of this. I wasn't gonna take care of it. I was gonna just go ahead and paint all the rest of the parts and do this at a later date, but I got derailed. So now we can take care of it now, and then just, yeah, I mean, and I might actually, I'm gonna fill these holes in too. I'm gonna fill those in as well. So yeah, let's get to it, man. Let me mix up this resin, and then we'll go from there. All right, y'all, we got the fiberglass mat all set up. We're gonna allow 24 hours to let it dry, let all that resin dry up, and then we'll go back in. We might do some on the back side. I'm not 100% sure yet, just so that it holds everything together. It locks that in, because this is like barely being held on, and I had to use this clamp to kind of hold it in place. So once that dries up, we'll go on the back side, we'll lay some more mat down. And then also down in here, we'll have to, you know what I'm saying, body work it a little bit, get the lines a little bit more straight. We'll do that with some fiberglass filler, make it all nice and strong, clean it on up, do what we gotta do, and then it'll be ready for paint. So yeah, we getting there. Like I said, I wasn't gonna get this all done, but I decided to, because I got derailed. So yeah, man, we getting there. Pretty soon we'll see some color on this thing. All right, y'all, so excuse me, I got everything all cleaned up, prepped. I sanded all the runs down on the core support. I didn't get all the ones on the brake booster. I wasn't super concerned about every single one, because most of the brake booster you can't see. Like the back part you can't see, underneath you can't see, and up against the firewall you can't really see that good. So, you know what I'm saying, I just got some of them, and then I don't want to go through all that work too if we may one day have to replace the brake booster. So that was my thought process behind that. I got what I could, and we're just gonna go with it, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm using the sprayway glass cleaner to clean everything out, or clean everything up. Shout out to Warren Gbody for putting us on game with that. Only reason why I'm using that though is because I ran out of prep spray, and I'm trying to get this done today, and I'm not gonna be able to get some by the time, you know what I'm saying, like I'm done with this. So, but I put the glaze putty down over the fiberglass mat. Well, I put a fiberglass filler down first, and then I did the glaze putty on top of the fiberglass filler. So I've been sanding that down, trying to make it smooth. I'm not looking for crazy perfection or nothing like that, you know what I mean? It's just an inner fender weld. So, I mean, it is what it is, but I do want it to look somewhat decent, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna keep sanding on this, and then I'll finish it up. I'll clean everything off. I already blew it off with the hose. I'll have to blow this one off again, and then I could hit the plastic with some adhesion promoter. Some adhesion promoter, you know what I mean? Go ahead and take care of that. And then after that, let that set up for a little bit. We can go ahead and prime over the whole entire, you know what I'm saying, fender. The reason why I use the adhesion promoter first is because this is plastic, you know what I mean? And it needs like a binding agent. So I don't really know if you need to use either or, but we're gonna use it and, you know, keep it moving. Anyways, let me go ahead and sand this, get this done, and then we'll go ahead and re-prime, and then, you know what? Yeah, we'll re-prime, and then, you know what I'm saying, we'll get to getting everything painted. All right, y'all, so there you have it. Nice and painted. We still gotta paint the bottom, or the top side, I guess it would be, of the gas tank. I decided to paint the bottom first, so because there's a tiny bit of gas in here, and when I flip it over, I don't want it to react with the paint after it's painted. I rather do it with the primer so I can correct it and not have to flip it over again. So I decided to do the bottom side first, and then we'll do the top side. We just gotta wait for it to dry. Got the brake booster cleaned up the best that I could. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna let it fly, man. It is what it is. I did spray over a sticker, didn't really care about it. Like I said, I wasn't trying to put too much work and effort into a brake booster. You know, like I said, it's a good brake booster, but at the end of the day, if I ever need to swap it or change it or whatever, I didn't want to go too crazy. Core support, top of it painted. It's not perfect, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could have went real crazy and got every imperfection and all that kind of stuff, but man, to be honest with you, this whole front lip is gonna get covered up by that top plate that I'm getting powder coated right now. Or that, I guess it's not powder coated, it is painted. That I painted, and y'all will see the concept in a second. I'll show y'all what everything's gonna look like once I'm done. Got the wheel wells painted. Let me go in the sun so y'all can see a little bit better. And this is just single stage. This is not, you know what I'm saying, 2-stage or nothing like that. This is just single stage, just for the interior parts, because, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm not trying to put that much crazy hours and effort into this. I put too much into this wheel well as it is, you know. You guys remember it had that big crack in it. I sealed that up, got all the a lot more imperfections were here. I sanded them all out, you know what I'm saying, especially down up in this area. You can't even tell that, you know what I'm saying, this whole thing was cracked and broken. These wheel wells, they have character in them already, like they got chips and all that kind of stuff, so I wasn't too pressed to like get it all the way nice and smooth. And we're probably gonna, the reservoir goes right here anyway, so it's kind of like, man, I didn't really care to like go too crazy and make it all perfect like this one is. You know, it just didn't really make too much sense. It's a lot of time and effort spent on trying to get all that taken care of, when I could just, you know what I'm saying, make it look the best that I can, repair it at the same time, and then keep it moving. As you could tell, we're dealing with weather, so I gotta keep it moving like I need to, so I can get this thing done before the weather stops me. So anyways, y'all, there it is. These will be the last of the turquoise colors, I believe. I think that's gonna be the last of, motor mounts and one other thing are gonna be turquoise as well, but I'll get those powder coated. It won't be it won't be painted. So yeah, man, I'm happy with the outcome. You know, the weather finally broke. We got some sun out here. It's about, you know what I'm saying, 60 degrees or something like that. Feels good, especially right in the front where the sun just beams and is able to like make this paint stick and dry it up and make it look nice and stuff like that. But yeah, I spent a lot of time sanding and perfecting though, you know what I mean, everything to the best of my ability. But now we gotta let it dry, and then we'll put it back in the garage, and we'll yeah, we'll keep it moving. I am excited though, because this is the stage before we start putting everything back together. The last things will come off, the mirrors, the spoiler, the rings around the tail lights, the side markers and all that. The doors will come off, and we'll paint the rest of this stuff underneath, like the jams and everything. And I know I've said this before, but you know what I'm saying, just to recap. And as soon as I take the doors off, the fenders will go back on, the inner fenders will go back on. And I think at that time, when I spray the jams, I'll spray the core support. Like I said, I have a dope theme for it, so it's gonna turn out real nice. And then we'll put the body mounts on there. So the core support will be sitting there. I'll just have it on there. I'm not gonna go too crazy or nothing like that, and tighten it down or nothing, because the motor still gotta go in there. But yeah, man, we're moving on this car though. All right, y'all, I gotta show y'all just how we coming, where I'm going with this. You see the tint? Look how perfectly that matches, yo. Look at the pearl in the paint with the stuff that's painted, that I painted up, matching with the motor. That matches perfectly. I know it's kind of hard for me to, let me stand out the way because I'm getting my shadow, but it's hard to tell. But boy, that's fire, yo. Whew. Yo, this Monte Carlo gonna be put together, y'all. It's gonna be put together. So, but yeah, man, that's just how we coming. Got everything all painted up. Now we gotta just start putting stuff back together, really. All right, grind schoolers, that's gonna be it for this video, man. I hope y'all enjoyed. This video happened over a course of probably like a week. It took me to actually get everything painted because, like I said, I got derailed because of the snow. Y'all saw that in my last video. But yeah, man, I just painted all the parts that needed to go, that Tiffany blue, turquoise color or whatever, the green. I painted all the parts that need to go that color, so we're done with that. Also, the engine bay is complete, so I could put the engine bay back together. I just had to get to the door jams, and then I could put the engine bay back together, and then the car will start looking like a complete car again. Realistically, I'm gonna take the doors off. I'm gonna paint the door jams. I'm gonna paint the underside of the doors. I decided I'm gonna keep the doors, and I'll just do my magic on the body work and stuff like that. We'll go somewhere different with the door handles, depending on how this door looks underneath the metal that they welded in. I'll probably sand that or grind down the welds, take the welds off of there, and then take the metal out or whatever, and then we'll see how we gotta attack it. You know what I'm saying? If we can go back stock, that would be dope. If not, then cool too. We'll just have to do something different. I toyed with the fact of getting some different doors or something like that, but I'm gonna have to do body work anyway, so it doesn't really make sense to pay for new doors when I'm gonna have to body work it anyway. I might as well use the doors that I got. And then also too, I'm kind of actually being a little bit lazy because I don't want to take all the internals out of the door and swap them out. I already just put new window motors in here and stuff like that, and it's not a big deal. It's not that difficult, but I don't want to do all that, man. I just want to be able to keep the doors I got, fix them, do whatever we got to do body work wise, and then, you know, keep it moving. But other than that, man, like I said, the car has gotten torn all the way down, and there's only a couple little things that got to come off the car for me to paint, and then we'll start putting everything back together so that the whole entire car can get painted. Now, we've been having some decent weather as far as like spray weather. Like right now, I would be able to spray the car. It's about 50 degrees outside, but I still have enough to actually spray the car and whatnot. So anyways, man, like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all can kind of see the direction that I'm trying to take this. Not all the parts are obviously that turquoise, and the whole car is going to be pearl white with the turquoise in it. But yeah, you can kind of see what direction I'm going in. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for this build. We're trying to do the best that we can to get it knocked out. We've done a whole lot already, and we're trying to get, you know what I'm saying, we're trying to get it all done and wrapped up and knocked out. So that when spring comes, we could just, you know what I'm saying, test and tune, have the car ready so that when summer comes, we just out all summer. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to do. But anyways, man, like I said, go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And always remember, work hard so you can live free.